This episode brought to you by nobody. We don't have any sponsors yet.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, but we want them.
It feels like it's not a podcast without sponsors. Anyway,
George,
welcome to episode 2.
Can I just? I want to just say.
I'm just so stoked how episode 1 went down. The audience seemed to
No,
love
what I was
it.
going to say is let's give them a taste of what they could get. Buy Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola.
Oh, man.
Just so, and if you want to come to us and pay us after this, feel free. This is a little taste
Whenever
of
I want to
Coca-Cola.
feel refreshed and healthy, can of Coke.
Yum, love it.
Yeah.
Can of Coke.
There's a little taste of what.
Whenever I need to fly around the world, I always fly in New Zealand.
Oh, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Legit.
They're a great airline, very comfortable seats. Amazing.
White t-shirts, just white of the best. White t-shirts.
Aloha from Deer is a brand I buy my hoodies from.
Very good.
Aloha from Deer.
Oh yeah, what's Allbirds? I like Allbirds shoes. Let's just name brands.
Is this how sponsorship works?
Yeah, I thought you were going to get 3,000 sponsors.
So
Cool.
you
Let's
mention
keep it
it,
going.
they come to you afterwards and they pay you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Assembly Label and I Love Ugly. Those are my clothing brands. So
Yeah,
if you just send me
I
some
have a
free
really
shit.
good I Love Ugly hat. They're
really good, high quality, affordable.
Now, we were told that we should talk about the downfall of the video game industry.
Interesting.
Do you think the video game industry is in downfall?
I don't think I have as strong an opinion about some things as others. Because for me, I don't think it's the video game industry. It's me. Video games aren't as enjoyable to me now because I'm old and
that's coming in.
Yeah, it's a personal thing.
Yeah. I think it's not in downfall because you're just looking at the in terms of like how much money is being generated.
So purely in stats, I actually did some research last night.
Yeah.
By dollars, the video game industry is in downfall.
Well, I'll be damned.
Yeah, and there's been a roughly 6% decrease in the last 3 years.
Do you know why that is? Grand Theft Auto 6 hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just Grand Theft Auto 5 came
and they haven't
out.
been monetizing number 5 as much. There's a lot of explanations for what could have caused that. 2020 was a massive year for the video game industry. It went up from 2019 enormously, probably because of COVID and lockdowns around the world. Anything anyone could do was play video games. So the video game industry peaked massively.
Yeah.
So it's probably just coming down from that.
Yeah, right.
Another reason is 2021, 22, 23 we're kind of been sliding into a recession. People have less money to spend on video games. So, it's up to debate about whether it was actually in downfall.
The actual, that side, we'll just say that's a moot point for now.
It is a moot point, 100%. I just thought would raise that at the beginning of it was at the top of my notes just to say, here it is.
Because I'm assuming the key point here is kind of more culturally.
It is, for sure. And everything else I've got here is more of a cultural thing than actual stats.
Can I tell you what I feel instead of, to answer your question, putting money to the side? I feel that the video game industry is still massive, but it just doesn't feel as pure anymore.
So doesn't feel as, that's where I want to start, is I want to rewind in our lives, and I imagine most gamers are roughly around our age. That's not a great statement. I'm going to say it anyway. Most gamers are around our age. I feel like most true gamers are in our age bracket.
I guess so.
Yeah, maybe.
So certainly a lot of the people listening to this will be.
For sure. So I want to rewind.
25 or so.
And I want to go back to what we would consider the golden age of gaming. And I want to have a chat about what was two different things. First, what was your favorite game? What is your favorite game, rather? If you were to go all time, not as a child, all time, your favorite game.
From now.
Well, I want to quantify this first and just go, but the best experience you had at the time for what it was, you wouldn't necessarily, the graphics wouldn't stand up now, but at the time for what it was.
Mine is definitely shrouded in nostalgia.
The thing that you think gave you the best experience ever in your life as a game.
Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be up there for me.
It would be, there's a few, but it's real hard to pick one.
I know. I fucking hate people saying favorite to me. I could never pick one.
Yeah, but I will. I'll pick one. Jedi Academy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
for me, it would probably be World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Like, as I say, picking
Oh, man, mine-
picking one favorite to Nightmare because I go, Zelda
Mine
and
might
Final
be
Fantasy.
Warcraft 3, actually.
It could be as well.
super close.
And then I
between
also
those
go
two.
like Final Fantasy 7 and
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 9.
Republic
and
Commander.
There's so many. I know.
Start.
Star Wars, anything Star Wars.
StarCraft.
StarCraft 2 part, like StarCraft 2, but it's more than just what the video game is what it represents in our life.
Yeah.
For me.
Like for me, when I think back on those games, it was like the reason I like RPG so much. It was a sense of wonder and like a sense of like I'm experiencing something and exploring something that I've never experienced and explored before. Like Ocarina of Time was fucking crazy. Like this was the first time that it was properly open. Like I experienced an open world game, and I was controlling the character.
Yeah,
and and it was all kind of magical, and there were different races. There was Zora and Gorons, and a princess that needed saving, and all this other stuff. Like prior to that, Mario saving princesses was a side scroller.
Yeah,
it was still fun. Obviously, it was a video game.
Yeah,
but like that was mind blowing. That was amazing.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just never got onto the train. Never got on the
RPG
wagon
train
of the Zelda train.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, it's just. I mean, there's a million games out there, so of course, there are big games that you never got on as well. But that's one that I just never jumped on. I don't want to do a quick. I did this test the other day. You've just reminded me, and now you'll probably get it straight away. Actually, I'm gonna do it to you, Ellie. I'm gonna do a theme song.
Yeah.
And I want to see if you can
immediately.
guess the name of the game.
Yeah. That's the one you did to me the other day?
Yeah, that's the other one, yeah.
Is that the one you did the other day for me?
Yeah, can you remember it?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Am I
can
need to
remember
guess it?
Can you remember the name?
Yeah, do you want me to guess it?
Oh, no. If you think you've got it?
I think I've got it, yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah, you did this to me.
You
the
did.
other day as well.
It's a bugger that I did.
The other day, remember I said to you I got it in the first 3 notes.
Yeah, I was like, dude, and you were like, got it.
Got it. Yeah.
As audience member, hey, you listening, you audience person in your car.
Let's reveal it at the end of the I'll put it in my notes and we'll reveal it at the end of the podcast.
How's the car ride? Like, how's the traffic? How's traffic?
Yeah.
Check make sure you're checking your rearview mirror because that's...
don't let that person in front of you get to you.
The thing is, just take a breath and like, just, control what you can and just relax, just accept the traffic.
Just accept it and accept that you are actually part of the traffic.
You're actually part of the traffic.
You are actually part of the traffic. It's not you against the traffic and just flow.
So I'm not sure if this is coming up on your questions, but for me, why I say chasing the dragon is, this is why I don't think, personally, it's an video game industry problem for why I don't enjoy gaming as much anymore. But
we can chat about it.
It's a me thing. I feel like I'm constantly going, okay, I've got some time. All right, I'm going to play a game. And then I get the paralysis of looking on Steam and go, there's part of the problem.
Steam paralysis is
overwhelming choice.
Yeah.
And then I go, I pick a game and I go, this one, okay.
Now you have to enjoy it, Rowan.
Now I guess I'll start playing this game. I'm trying to think of the most recent one that I just couldn't get into. It was anyway, and then I was just like, I can't, for some reason I just can't enjoy it. I don't know why.
It is. It comes down. It is
desensitized.
I have some theories as to why. One for me is kind of what I was going back to about Ocarina of Time. That was, I guess, I'd never conceived of being able to exist in a fantasy world up until that point and being able to be the fantasy character. Whereas I've done that so many times now, it takes something pretty freaking special to actually make me properly enjoy it. Now I can enjoy it, of course. Like I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of Baldur's Gate 3 at the moment.
It's
like
so good.
I'm addicted, beyond addicted. But I don't know if I'm quite getting that same feeling that 10-year-old Adam got with Ocarina of Time. Like that was next level. That was insane.
But everything was new.
Everything was
like
new.
It was just like,
and I think just it's becoming a freaking adult, right?
Yeah,
like
it's
just
what I was talking about in the last podcast about how the highs and lows get like.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the highs of video gaming are not as high anymore for me.
Yep.
Although we're gonna get to the lows of video gaming soon. For me though, I think the one that really I had played a bunch of video games as like a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old, whatever. The one that really hooked me, and it hooked my brother at the same time, and I think that's what turned us both into gamers basically at the same time, was my mum bought us both a Game Boy. We both got one.
Yeah.
And she bought him Pokemon Blue.
Yeah.
And me Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
And the two of us lost ourselves.
Totally.
I've got a question.
Go.
What's the difference?
A few Pokemon.
A few Pokemon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was actually a genius marketing strategy, really.
So good.
Neither game had full 151.
That's outrageous.
And you had to trade.
And you had to trade. And my mum.
so you could still get.
You could still get them.
Yeah. So my mum got us I can't remember what the cable was called, but a special cable that you joined the two Game Boys together.
Yeah.
And you could trade Pokemon. Both of us ended up. I don't know how
They
long
did their research. That was oh my god!
fucking
I
genius.
lost myself. How many batteries did you get through? On that thing?
I would have. There'd be a landful of batteries that they're going to last
Pokemon
thousands
days.
of years
Yep.
from my Pokemon.
Yeah, isn't
days.
that great?
Yeah.
Isn't that great? It was the worst. Like Game Boys would last. I'll throw a figure out there. It's like completely inaccurate, but 4 to 5 hours or something before the batteries died.
Possibly.
Stab in the dark.
Yeah. No, I remember those days with my Game Boy.
Yeah.
I was initially going to say it was Final Fantasy VII, but I quickly Googled both of them. Final Fantasy VII came out after Pokemon.
Pokemon was insane.
The Final Fantasy VII was a very big one for me. Again, it was just one of those things like, here you are, you can exist in this world. And same with Pokemon. I mean, I guess I know the video game came first, but I had seen the TV show first.
Yeah, which I've heard since the TV show existed purely to drive people to the video game.
Yeah.
I want to do a mini segment now called just some nostalgic video game names from some of your first nostalgic video game names, just so we can get it out of your system.
The annoying thing is I forget so many of them.
So I think for one of them that I'm just remembering suddenly, I'm just having a moment, is Crystal Caves.
Don't know it.
Don't know it.
Yeah.
Someone on listening, like, you remember it? Yeah.
They remember.
There's video games I can see in my mind that I played, like real 8-bit games that we would have played on my dad's like real old computer. Like, what was that one where you were a tank and the tank on the other side and you just
Bird's Eye View?
And basically, not Bird's Eye View.
Scorched Earth?
Scorched Earth.
What's up?
Unlocked memory.
Unlocked memory.
Scorched Earth.
Was that? How old are we? That's old.
That's
right?
old.
That's
Very
old.
good.
And I mean original Scorched Earth.
Yeah,
I think I had. I don't remember
It was
the
like
name of it.
8-bit, like single colors.
Yeah.
Do you remember Worms?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember Worms. I wasn't
like
even
the
really,
original.
but it was Scorched Earth.
Similar vibe.
Scorched
OG.
Earth was the
OG.
was the originator
I
of
guess
Worms.
so, yeah. Oh shit! I'm having memory flashback. I'm getting nostalgic. This is how our video games were supposed to be.
Yeah.
But it's not. Video games changed. I changed.
No!
Fuck. Every podcast has Ron screaming fuck at some point.
distance.
It was Wacky Races. Did you guys ever play
Yeah,
Wacky
Wacky
Races?
Races,
Wacky Wheels or something?
Yeah.
Wacky Wheels.
Maybe
Yes,
it was
kind
Wacky
of
Wheels.
like Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Was
but it was just a bunch of animals instead of. I remember there was like a deathmatch mode in that as well that you could just like pick up traps and drop them around.
I have a crazy memory
Dark
of, like-
Rain. Do you guys play Dark
Yeah.
Rain? It's an RTS game.
Did you
That was-
guys?
oh, man.
So this is just fucking unlocked a memory for me. Did you guys play? And it was on Sega. The Michael Jackson game, Moonwalker.
Oh,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
I think.
Right? Fucking.
What the hell? And those freaky babies? Were they like babies you had to save or something?
Yeah, something
Which
like that.
didn't
I can't
age well, did
remember.
it?
Man, the 90s was a time for like either famous people or famous TV shows, or randomly brands, to have video, like the Pepsi video game.
Yeah, that's right. Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man, that's it.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
sequel to Dark Rain too. But there's
No,
it was the first one that I played. I remember being very excited for Dark Rain.
RTS.
What's the?
It wasn't RTS.
Oh my god!
Dark Rain was
Set in like ancient Japan?
oh no,
No, I think that's.
I'm gonna unlock another one.
it's like a futuristic one.
Follow
Say it again.
me.
Oh, you're doing a quote.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're not.
I can't remember the name of it.
Abe's Odyssey.
Abe's Odyssey. That's it.
Ah,
There you go.
yeah. I never
Follow
really got.
me.
I remember having.
Follow
Did you
me.
remember PlayStation demo discs?
Yeah.
I had the PlayStation demo disc with Abe's Odyssey on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I fucking love that game. That game, like that's an emotion. That's taking me back. I played it like a few years ago. Fucking love Abe's Odyssey. Shit. Side scroller, the best side scroller ever.
The Lion King and Aladdin.
The Lion
Walt
King.
Disney
Aladdin.
games.
The Aladdin game.
Yeah, I played that hard. Yeah.
Follow me. Follow
me.
I used to get lost in that world.
There was that Lion King that we had to. There was the one where you would you were Simba and you're being chased by all the antelope and you had to duck and weave around them.
Yeah, movie games.
Movie
They
games,
don't do
man.
movie games
And
anymore.
I remember it was a few years ago now, but watching a YouTube video and just those games, and skimming through the playthrough and being like, oh my God, like it's nuts that childhood Alan, Adam were addicted to these games.
mate,
like
it's
looking
nuts.
at them, they're just like.
Did anyone else do this? Like I used to do this. Okay, I would with my pocket money.
Mhm.
It's Friday. Finish school, race down to United Video, hire out a PlayStation 1, hire out a memory card, hire out Resident Evil 2,
Right.
and then race home, eat some food, and now because I've only got it hired until got to return it on Sunday at 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
You've
then
got- you
down on the
remember the-
downstairs
you remember
TV,
the
just
time.
like
You've got-
that I didn't sleep the
You got
entire week,
52
just
hours.
playing it, trying to clock it before it 1, and then it was like Sunday. And it's like 12 p.m. and I'm like, shit, the final boss. And I'm just like, oh, I'm running out of time.
Yeah,
like,
wow.
You know, it's higher out, but like PlayStation.
Rarely. There were very
Yeah,
special moments where my parents would.
Yeah.
for a
I don't
birthday
know
or
what
something.
it was as a kid. I never conceived of the fact that you could hire consoles and video games.
could-
We
I
never-
had a lot of
we
video
never-
games,
we
just
never did it.
not
I
the
think
consoles.
it could almost be a slightly, I'm a little bit older than you guys, a slight generational thing.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm getting in trouble for this.
What?
Like,
Yes, probably.
You
know,
stole something from a library,
no,
didn't
no,
you?
no, 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 no. We'll maybe cut this bit out. I'm not sure.
Rowan.
It depends how bad this is.
Yeah.
But like you'd hire it from either the video store or the library, and then you download a no CD patch from like
I forgot you.
and then you return. And then you go, oh sweet, they're like literally.
You're just talking about this theoretically, right?
yeah, theoretically.
You could
that,
do
that
this.
I heard other people would do this.
Named Schmoen.
Other people would do this. I know I used to always frown at them, but they'd do it anyway.
Yeah.
And then you return the game back to the higher place, but you've downloaded a no CD patch, so you don't need the CD anymore.
Amazing. I
Yeah,
never
I
did
used to
that.
always frown at the people who do it.
Yeah,
Don't
good,
do
good,
that.
Those
good on you,
people.
good on
That's
you.
immoral.
I genuinely like that. How did you know how to do that as
You
a
go to
child?
crackspider.net. That's where
That's
they'll
where they went.
Where they
Oh
went.
man,
That's where they go.
those
You would do
juvenile
that.
delinquents.
and they would get all these viruses on their computer.
Oh wow, what a surprise!
I used to judge them so
Yeah,
bad. I
man.
used to do it.
That's shame on them.
I feel like the video game industry is going in multiple directions at this very moment. It's going into high quality, usually PC experiences, and whether or not that be something like Battlefield or something like an awesome Star Wars game or Baldur's Gate, something like that.
Yeah.
Or we're going into the indie games, which are like Hades, which is a freaking amazing game, or Celeste on
man, I love
Switch,
that
which is
game.
an amazing game.
Yeah.
Or we're going towards like a mobile game, something like
feels
Marvel Snap, or what was the one you were playing quite recently? We just sponsored Job
Watcher
for?
of Realms.
Watcher of Realms. What's the enjoyment you get from each of those? And are they all worthy? What's the enjoyment you got from Watcher of Realms?
Watcher of Realms, there was a real the addictive part of it, which is that is that
gaming?
yeah. Well, I
Or
mean,
is that addiction?
I don't know. Yeah, you could argue this for like if we're playing Diablo and the addiction is like I kill the boss and what's the legendary item? It's the same exact thing for Watcher of Realms. Like the addiction was. I guess part of it was opening the loot part where you go and you get your, I can't remember what it is, and you open it up and you get the new hero. It's purple. What's it going to be? Oh, I've already got that one. Oh, well, it's that part.
Is the video game industry turning into addiction? Well, I mean, the fucking social media industry's turned to
Well,
addiction.
I think a
they're
lot
trying
of-
to keep you on social media by using gambling, slot machine tactics.
I feel like a lot of the big corporations kind of are, and that's why we really have to appreciate and hold on to the games that come out that are not that. With like I feel like a big part of this conversation could be Baldur's Gate 3. It's just they just dropped this like incredible game without any microtransactions, and it just works, and it's massive.
Because I don't think that I get the addiction enjoyment from Baldur's Gate 3.
No.
Like I joke that I am addicted to it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the enjoyment I get from it is beautiful story, beautiful characters, amazing voice acting,
mechanics of just
the mechanics of the game,
Yeah.
like
So the actual-
physically enjoying playing the mechanics.
To compare that to Diablo, which has always been like this, but it's the main driving thing is like that loot. You go loot, and you go, what's that loot? It's I'm pretty sure most hardcore Diablo people would kind of probably agree with me that it's you've completed the game 5 times, and what's keeping you playing is that looty part. That kind of, I want to optimize my thing and get that little bit of loot I need. Which you're saying that's not much of a driving force for
not at all.
Nah, like it's actually,
so.
I thought it would have been a much bigger part of chasing better
the
gear,
loot.
but
it's not.
It hasn't. I'm like,
it is a good part of the game, but you don't change your gear that frequently.
Nah, I haven't thought about it until now. It's really, I'm about 60 hours in and I haven't swapped that many times at all. Like,
has it got just like Diablo got random loot drops?
Is it random?
No,
it's all
random.
planned out. It feels like it's all intentional.
That's quite a different way to play it.
Yeah.
And
I found like more than a lot of that style of game, that genre of game rather, I actually buy the weapons and armor more than find them. Like I buy them from merchants, which never happens.
That's actually something that I realized as well is I am happy to buy something from a merchant because it's good. And
probably better than anything anyone will drop. Which is a very refreshing mechanic, surprisingly, actually, because you always just bank on, I'm going to find something better anyway and it's going to be free. And like your gold pile keeps stacking up. I'm not going to spend that on anything. In Baldur's Gate, you actually spend your gold, which is this really obvious design choice that people like, I don't know, that genre of game should have linked more into.
Do you think addiction is a good gameplay mechanic? And is that enjoyable?
Oh man,
definitely. Yeah, how do you really define addiction?
Like I would say Marvel Snap is an addictive game.
Yeah,
that has addictive gameplay.
I gave
loops.
Marvel Snap up a few months ago. Because I saw, well, for me, it was actually, I peaked at like got to level 100 and then I was like, I got nothing to prove.
A lot of mobile games use the addiction as a gameplay loop. And I would argue that some, even AAA games, PC and PlayStation whatnot, use addictive gameplay loops to keep you playing. And even like I'm going to put it out there. I said it was it was my favorite game of all time. These days, World of Warcraft also uses addiction.
Isn't there a new currency in World of Warcraft? Like
many new currencies in World of Warcraft. So maybe it's not that addiction gameplay loops are a bad thing. Maybe it's they've been pushed too far.
Maybe
I think so. I definitely
you're right.
agree with that.
Playing Diablo 2, I remember that feeling going. Yeah, it's the thing. It's almost like I have worked hard and I'm being well rewarded for something.
It's the add-ons for me, man. It's games like Overwatch. Like they changed the formula of Overwatch, which you had to pay $50 or whatever for back in the day, and you just unlocked everything. You had the game. That was dope. And Overwatch 2 came along, and they sidestepped a lot of it.
Overwatch 1 still had all you could pay extra for the loot boxes and stuff.
You could.
Yeah, but that was aesthetic. That wasn't, they weren't locking heroes behind it, and they weren't locking gameplay behind it, and they weren't locking, like, that they introduced, what I'm getting at is the battle passes, which has just become the staple of the gaming world. Where if you want the full experience of the game, you now have to pay $16-17 a month to get the full experience of that game.
Here's a question. On the Overwatch 2, is it technically possible to unlock all the heroes without paying anything?
I think it's technically impossible.
Is it how technically
impossible?
Impossible.
Yeah, I don't think you can unlock them with the oh man.
Or maybe it's one of those things where, like, if you played it for
I think because a lot of games do that thing these days, and it's a little bit sneaky where they'll have two currencies. One which you can earn by playing the game, and one which is a stand-in for real money.
Yeah.
And sometimes I noticed this in, what was the game we tried to get into with the lanes?
League of Legends.
League of Legends. League of Legends, they've got like a fucking million heroes, I don't know.
Game.
And there was a lot of heroes which you could unlock with the in-game currency. You just had to work hard for it, obviously. But there was a fair few heroes which you could only buy with stand-in for real money currency.
But let's be honest, like, no one could ever play every hero in League of Legends anyway.
Yeah.
Of course not. So what difference does it make?
Exactly. Well, that's just the thing. It's like, that's probably why League of Legends is so successful, is because they're going 95% of the game you can, they're not pushing it too far. 95% of the game you can play for free. We don't have a heck of a lot of time left, but this is kind of touching on one of the subjects that I wanted to spend a fair amount of time on, is that there have been companies that have pushed it too far, especially in the last like 5 years.
Yeah.
And they have been torn down by the gaming industry for it. I did write some down. I don't know if we want to name and shame.
Quickly.
Overwatch 2 was one of the ones I wrote down.
Can I just really quickly shout out to Marvel Snap and in New Zealand at least, you can unlock a card and a background, like a special image that represents the card, and some points that then boosts the card to a rarer degree for $189.99.
Devil's Advocate coming at you live.
Come on,
Devil's
let's go.
Advocate coming in live.
I don't know if that's quite the right sound.
It's really not.
We'll find it out. We'll do it for now. But that's just the cosmetic. You don't have to pay.
You don't have to do it,
enjoy the game.
but that is.
I'm not talking about the fact you have to do it or not.
That's
I'm talking
double
about
the price of a.
That's 2 to 3 AAA titles for an image.
If you want,
no,
you don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to
at all.
It's still insane.
It's insane, but it's absolutely optional, and it doesn't affect your gameplay at all.
Yeah, Devil's Advocate, go away. I don't like. Go away, Devil's Advocate. It's greedy. It's too greedy. It's too greedy.
So there's two sides of the coin. There's these games that are being released that are just unfinished, buggy, or they're a monetization mess, which is maybe games that again being pushed too far. But then we have this other side of the coin with games like Baldur's Gate, which was mentioned a lot, Elden Ring. What else there's a lot of PlayStation titles that are doing well at the moment, like God of War 2, the Spider-Man game,
Last of Us.
Last of Us. They just release. Here's a game for $60 American dollars, $90 New Zealand dollars.
And it's finished.
And it's finished and done. There might be a little couple of bugs. We'll try patch those in the first couple of weeks, but it's done.
Yeah.
There it is. Enjoy.
Yeah. Special shout out to The Last of Us, actually. Just that genre. That series is one of my favorites too.
Yeah,
oh my God.
And there have been a few shiny examples like Baldur's Gate and Elden Ring recently.
Yeah.
But it seems fewer and more far between that you'll just get a game that I'll just pay for it and it's done. There is your game.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, okay, if I think about the reasons why I stopped playing games or why I'm like, I didn't enjoy that game. It's like I stopped playing Diablo 4 and I started playing. I was like, this is great. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I
felt that for the first 5 hours.
I'm really enjoying this. And then I was like, I'm just kind of busy and bored now.
Yeah.
And the same with Witcher. Obviously a great game. I was like, I'm loving this. I'm just busy and I'm lost a little. It's a bit overwhelming and big.
Yeah.
So for me personally, it's not because the industry is all these problems. It's just again, it comes back. It's a me thing.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys feel hypothetical, if you wanted to try and recapture some of this magic that we used to get from the video game world?
Yeah.
If we just decided right now to stop playing all video games for a year and then come back to it, would we come back with more of a sense of
I don't know because
enjoyment
I've already experienced it.
Yeah. I'd within a couple of hours be like, I'm back to where I was.
Yeah, back to where you were. Yeah. Well, there goes that there. I'm not going to do that.
so thanks for pitching it though. I like it. Going into the Cycle Frontier, I have a theory, and I'm going to not fully outline the theory, but I'm going to say what I think killed that game. And I think it's what is hurting a lot of the video game. In my opinion, I'm just going to throw it out there.
Was it free? Was it free?
It was a free game. Yeah,
it was a free game.
My opinion on what's hurting the video game industry, one of the things that might be contributing, rather, is are gamers the problem? Are the expectations too high? Are they too needy? And are they too entitled?
No, the kids are the problem.
The kids are the problem.
they're out of touch.
The reason I say, and there's some fault on the dev as well, but specifically in the Cycle Frontier, is what I've heard and what I've seen and read is that they proposed a game and they made a game and they put it out in alpha or beta, whatever it was, and then the audience, the gamers, were going, no, we want it to be more like Tarkov. No, we want it to be this thing. And they basically stretched it in every different direction because they were too entitled. And unfortunately, the developers listened to them.
And hackers and
hackers as well.
My understanding
that's a big example.
My understanding of the reason why the game died is mainly almost entirely because it grew really fast in popularity, and then before they had gotten proper safeguards in place, suddenly an influx of hackers, and it just destroyed the game. Everyone just left in droves.
That is gamers the problem again as well.
So the kind of gamers are the problem. Like, it was the hackers. In summary, it was the hackers that killed that.
Not gamers the problem. Hackers are the problem.
They might have been able to, and they tried to cling in there and and hold it and get the software and the infrastructure. But by that stage, they'd already lost that fundamental foundation.
And I guess that kind of ties into something that we might have raised later, is just how quickly games need to be so special to retain any kind of ongoing. Like there are even I referenced BattleBit earlier, which was like the shining staple. That one blew up, but I looked at Steam charts the other day and it's like way down. Yeah. Every game drops so significantly unless it's got something really special. Like Baldur's Gate seems to be like retaining.
That's another one of the things that I was like, is this the problem? And is the problem that flash in the panness of so many games?
Yeah.
And there's lots of issues with, is it that they're releasing them too early because alpha and beta is a thing? Yeah. And people play it and it's a bit too buggy, and then I'm not going to play it once it actually releases.
Players' attention spans are so low as well.
Spans. Like one thing I was raising is it the popularity of a game, and Twitch being one of the problems as well. So like things like Among Us and Fall Guys and New World being like, they were incredibly popular on Twitch, which made them fly to the top of the Steam charts. And then like weeks later, absolutely gone. Like New World was at 913,000 players. Concurrently?
Jesus.
And as of yesterday, 12,000 concurrently.
Wow.
Yeah. And that Fall Guys, Among Us, Diablo, all similar numbers, all similar falls.
I mean, it's very normal for any game to have an immediate big growth and then almost universally like a big drop.
Yeah.
It's just, it's a human nature.
I guess,
but like something like Among Us in particular, it had already existed for a long time, and it was Twitch that gave it that enormous up. And then a very quick decline after that.
With that in mind, like companies, like, are they just trying to set their games up to be able to capitalize on that peak that we're talking about and get more money as quickly as possible because they know the drop-off's coming? So they're like, they want people. I guess some games are like that, but other games, when you're talking about cosmetics and stuff, they're obviously in it for the long haul, right? They're expecting people to stick around and want to dress up the characters in different ways and like battle passes and I don't know, man. You raised a lot of good points to try and cover it within an hour.
I wish we had more time.
Ron,
do you want to reveal what the game was earlier? The song.
So the game. I'll give you the theme song again. I guess like this.
I'm gonna put my head in the ring and say that is Dark Souls.
Yeah, you've locked it in. There it is.
There it is.
Got it. Yeah, Dark Souls.
That's a funny little joke from Alan.
You're welcome.
Alex the kid in Miracle World.
Alex
Miracle
the
Land?
Kid, which is one of the first video games I ever played because it was inbuilt to the Sega Master
Was it Alex the
System.
Kid?
What's Dark Souls?
For those of you who knew that immediately, I would say you're probably 30 plus.
Yeah, that's a good guess. How's the traffic? Are you still in that traffic?
I just want to round it out saying that obviously it was a little bit clickbaity, the title of this episode.
Yeah.
I don't think that the video game industry is in downfall at all.
Yeah, I feel like
it's a mixture of all of the freaking things we've talked about and the things that we didn't get to talk about.
Yeah.
These push and pull factors.
I feel like I agree. The video game industry isn't going anywhere.
No.
I feel like we are at a bit of a crossroads in terms of people really starting to put their foot down, being like, too much, man. Like, it's too greedy.
I wish we got to this, but in my opinion, we have crossed that crossroads.
Maybe.
And I think games like Baldur's Gate have shown the step through that crossroad.
Yeah. I remember there was the reception from other video game developers of Baldur's Gate. Guys, you shouldn't actually expect this quality from other video games, okay? Because this is just
we're not expecting this quality. We're expecting this care into a video game.
This care,
because we said before, Celeste is nowhere near the quality of Baldur's Gate, but it has the care.
Yeah,
it has the care from the developers to make the game that they want.
You can feel love in games. You can't from the developers. You can feel that genuine care, and man. You need to all the developers definitely listening to this podcast. I'm about to change the world.
Change the world. One podcast.
So I just really quickly to the developers, care. Okay? You've got enough money. Just care now.
I genuinely think we're through the crossroads. I think there's been enough developers learn the bad lesson.
No.
And seen the positive lessons that I think we're through the crossroads.
I hope you're right.
I hope you're right.
Ron, wrap it up.
Okay. Let's
Here we
go.
go.
Oh, I do like this one too.
Oh.
Let me try this one, and we'll see how it goes. Yo, we just finished podcasting talking about games. We just finished podcasting talking about Rames.
Yeah, what?
That rhymes with games, because Rames is like a thing. What's up, yo? We talked about the game thing. Is that how quick it is? Man, I don't get enough time. I can feel it fading out.
This is her walking you off stage like at the Academy Awards.
Ellie's going, oh, that's terrible. Goodbye,
Yeah,
Ron.
but is the gaming industry dead or is it alive? Who knows? French fries.
Fuck yeah,
Okay,
boy.
so I didn't see much improvement from podcast 1 to podcast 2.
Well, I think going to
but
podcast
number 50,
when
we
we
will see
get
a
to 50,
change.
100 and
Yeah.
look back to 1 and 2,
Yeah,
we'll be
yeah.
like, damn,
Yeah.
boy, look at you.
You won't be raging gang. What did you, what
Sam-
fries?
Sam Mack? No. Who's
Mac
the guy?
Miller?
Is it
Harry Mack.
Harry Mack.
Yeah.
Harry Mack's the guy who can do incredible
Oh,
freestyle.
yeah.
He's
right.
nearly as good as me. Anyway, that's the...
Ladies and gentlemen, get on the frickin' socials and tell us what. Tell us what we should talk
Not while
about.
you're driving though. How's that traffic?
Yeah.
Don't do it while you're driving. Wait until you park up. Wait until you get inside. And then comment.
Yeah, and then maybe we could have an episode where we were told by you to talk about. I'm gonna go play some video games. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.